everybody, Cinema Sickness here with your daily video, and happy Friday to each and every one of you. We are currently sitting in the parking lot of the Liberty Thrift Home Furnishings outlet store, their new outlet store, which I'm pretty excited about. It's only one town over from me, which is great. Used to be located in a pretty shady area, an area I didn't really like going to very much. Because yeah, like I've told stories before about people trying to sell me stuff out of like the back of their car, out of the trunk of their car, and that parking lot of that Liberty Thrift outlet store. It was pretty bad. It was pretty crazy. I really didn't like it very much. The store itself was very run down. Like the store they were in, it looked like the place was gonna like fall apart any minute. It was not just in a good location. It was not in a good store. It was pretty bad. And as such, I've only been out there a few times. I don't go out there very often. It was kind of like if I happened to be driving past it, I had some time to kill, and I really wanted to go in, I would, but otherwise I pretty much just never went out that way. So now, like I said, they moved their outlet store to a Liberty Thrift that used to be a standard Liberty Thrift, the standard thrift store, but since they opened their new larger store out in Saratoga, they've turned this store into their outlet store, and I'm very excited about that because, again, it is only one town away, and it's in a much nicer area. It's in a much nicer store. I've certainly been in this store many times before, so very excited to check this out. And their outlet store is basically, as I've again mentioned before, it is all this stuff that it really isn't selling from their other stores. If it's been sitting around their other stores for a little bit too long, they will then take it and bring it into this outlet store and mark it down at 50% off. So everything is nice and cheap in here, and that does include media. They got DVDs, VHS, CDs, all kinds of stuff like that. I have found plenty of that in their old outlet store, and I'm assuming this one's going to be more of the same. So let's go in. Again, very excited to check the store out and see what they have. So let's go do some hunting. All right, so into the new Liberty Thrift Home Furnishings outlet store. So excited to be coming in here for the first time. I love this 50% off. Welcome to the outlet. Love seeing that. And right up front here, another big 50% off sign. So in the front counter behind this cross were some Game Boy games, Finding Nemo, and then two games underneath that, which I actually had both games that were underneath that, so had to pass on those. But into the back of the store where there were a boatload of VHS tapes here and some awesome stuff. Definitely a few titles I had to get my hands on. In fact, more than a few titles. I ended up walking out here with a lot of VHS. One of them being a great biography documentary. I love picking up biography documentaries. They're always fantastic. And of course, you can't go wrong with Nova either. If you like Nat Geo, you're gonna love Nova. And every time I see that History Channel logo, I am all about it, especially when it's about trains. Man, History Channel and trains together, that is a winning combination. Had to jump on that. And this was interesting, this Zenith videotape. I was just intrigued by the artwork. And then I looked, and apparently it's like a guide to using your Zenith player. That's pretty awesome. A VCR guide tape. I was very interested in that. I'm going to check that out. So I had to pick that up. That was just something fun. And Leapin' Leprechauns. I have no idea what this is. If you guys seen this movie, leave a comment down below if you've seen it. I want to hear your thoughts on it. I have no idea what that movie is, but looked interesting. I was intrigued. And of course, anytime I see the PBS logo, I always got to grab it. And that looks like a pretty cool documentary, so certainly had to pick that one up. And, ooh, some more PBS right here. Nice, definitely grabbing that as well. Very cool. And there were a whole bunch more I grabbed. As you can see in this pile here, those few I showed you were not it. I grabbed a whole lot more stuff. Lots of awesome VHS there. So now over to the DVDs and CDs. Unfortunately, not a ton of DVDs. They had a few, as you can see, and some okay titles in here, but not a ton of stuff. There was one title I was interested in, though. And as far as CDs were concerned, a decent amount. They actually had a lot of CDs here. Unfortunately, not a single CD I wanted to pick up, so I did pass on all of those. And as far as the DVDs were concerned, this is the only one I really had any interest in. I was very interested in that. It is a UK release, but it is region-free, so very cool. Not that I know of a region-free player, but still very cool nevertheless. Had to grab that. And wow, Adventure Time? That's awesome, and it's brand new, factory sealed. I don't need it. I already have the seasons, but really cool to see that nevertheless. So then I came across this book card here with some VHS tapes on them, and whoa, Disney. Definitely picking that up. The Miracle Worker, I don't have that. Have to get that from the Wonderful World of Disney. Definitely picking that up. And oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I've been looking for this. The last sing-along songs release I need here. I believe this is volume 1, I think? I forget. But I need this one. I've been looking for that for so long. That is an amazing find. So after I got done looking at that, I turned around and, oh my god, there's about a billion more VHS tapes that I didn't see the first time. So All right, we're going to have to dive into these. Lots more VHS tapes to take a look at. I was a little overwhelmed, but at the same time, pretty darn excited. So I dove right in. And unfortunately, the only thing I came across I really had any interest in was this anime here. I don't know what it is, but it looks interesting. Leave a comment down below. And Gremlins 2, the new batch on VHS. Looking for a VHS copy of that. Sorry guys, have to interrupt the video here really quick for a second. Apparently, I completely forgot to pick up that anime VHS tape and the Gremlins VHS tape. I don't know how I did that. I thought I had them in hand when I was walking out of the store. Apparently, I did not. Apparently, it looks like I wasn't charged for them, so I must have just grabbed everything and somehow forgot to grab those as well when I head up to the front cash register, so I didn't get those. Kind of bummed about that. I might head back to the store later on this week and go pick those up. Definitely a shame. I don't know how I did that. It must be the lack of soda right now in my body since I've been drinking nothing but water for the past 5 days. I guess my brain's just not all together. That stinks. What are you going to do? Oh well, on with the video. Wow, that was definitely a score at Liberty Thrift. Apparently, their store's always 50% off. That's the way the outlet store works. If you see something in there that's marked at $3, it's $1.50. It's just how it goes. But apparently they were running a sale on top of that, of 50% off the already 50% off sale. So I got everything for half price as I was expecting to get, and then they marked an additional 50% off that. I just got an entire bag full of awesome VHS and one DVD for like $6 and some odd cents. That was an amazing deal. I was not expecting that. When he rang me up, I was thinking, you know, I don't know, more money than that. And I got my credit card out, and yeah, he's like, oh, that'd be $6 and some odd cents. I was like, what? Just absolutely amazing. I'm thrilled. I can't believe that. That is an awesome deal. So, all right, gonna stop and get some food and then head home and enjoy the rest of the day.
Can I help you?
Yes, can I get a small number 1, please? And can I get a plain, nothing on it at all?
Yeah.
And with the bottle of water?
Yep.
That'll be it.
All right, big guy, come on down, 688.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Seriously, the guy who works here at Burger King, who runs the front window, nicest guy in the world. He's not working all the time, but when I come here and he's working, I'm pretty excited because I know I'm going to get amazing customer service. Just super awesome guy. So, all right, back home to enjoy my food. All right, here at the grocery store to pick up the essentials.
Hi, door. Hi, bye.
And now for some dinner, and we're going to go with some delicious chicken nuggets and fries from McDonald's. But I am drinking water, so that's not so bad. But this is why I can't lose weight, is because I eat crap like this. But then at least I am drinking water still. What are we on? Day number 5, 6, something like that. I think day number 5 now of nothing but water. That is good. And don't tell Mr. Sickness. But John, you want a chicken nugget?
Yes.
There you go, buddy. Is that yummy?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's eat. Well, all right, guys, there you go. Definitely a fun-filled day. So let's take a look at everything I picked up from the Liberty Thrift and Home Furnishings outlet store, which everything you're about to see here, I paid a total of $6 and 89 cents. So we'll just round up, $7 for everything you're about to see right here. That's an amazing deal. It was everything in the store is half off, and then they marked it down half off. That's not what they normally do. It's normally just half off. This whole extra half off thing was just a nice little bonus. definitely an awesome surprise. So I got everything for dirt cheap, which is great. So first up, we'll take a look at the one and only DVD I grabbed, and that is Joe Pascal, the Everything I Have Ever Done and the First of Many Goodbye Tours. This looked pretty cool. I've actually never seen any of his stand-up before. I've heard interviews with him on a morning talk show I listen to. They interview him a lot, and he's on there quite a bit. But I've never actually seen or heard any of his stand-up. So looking forward to finally checking some out, and this should be good. So I had to pick that up. And now on to the VHS. That's where I definitely scored at Liberty Thrift today. Hit up a bunch of, or found a bunch of VHS tapes and some really good stuff too. So very excited. So first thing here, some Disney with Disney's The Miracle Worker. Never seen this one, but I do love Disney and love that the Wonderful World of Disney logo down there always means I'm going to be watching a pretty decent movie. So I had to pick this up. I know nothing about it, but it's Disney. I had to grab it to add to the Disney collection. And then, oh my god, this I'm so excited about. Yes, this is Volume 1. I was writing the video. Volume 1 of the Sing-Along Songs collection of all-time favorites. Now, they have a bunch of other standalone sing-along songs releases. They're all volumed as well, but they have 3 of these collection of all-time favorite releases. There's 3 volumes. Volume 1 being the early years, and this is the one volume I was having the hardest time finding. Volumes 2 and 3, I come across those all the time. Every time I'm out, I come across Volume 2 and 3. And it drives me nuts because I need Volume 1. I was so excited to finally get my hands on this. This is an awesome find. Just blown away by the fact that I finally got this in my hands. And for dirt cheap as well. So that was just amazing find. Then I grabbed World's Greatest Roller Coaster Thrills in 3D, which I do already own. However, my copy does not have the original 3D glasses. And look at those. I love it. They're like not the red and blue ones. That's really cool. So yeah, my copy does not have these. So I'm very excited to finally grab myself a copy that came with the original 3D glasses. That is great. So now I can actually watch this. So that's awesome. Very excited to have the World's Greatest Roller Coaster Thrills in 3D on VHS. That's awesome. It's fun. So very cool. Then I had to grab this. This is the video operating guide for Zenith. I think it says on here, yes, for use with Zenith VR 2300s, 3300 series video cassette recorders. So look at that. Just look, I mean, that's raised. See that? It's like embossed. That is, it's dirty too, but it's raised up a bit. That is awesome. Just, I want to like display that. It's just so cool looking. So basically teaches you all about how to use the VCR. I've not looked at this yet. I'm not quite sure about this, but it looks pretty awesome in the sense that just for a fun historical kind of reasons, this looks pretty cool. So I had to grab that. That was just interesting. I want to see what that's all about. Then I grabbed Leapin' Leprechauns. I don't know what this is. I've never seen it. I will admit the artwork kind of sold me on it. It's from 95, so mid-90s, I guess, children's fantasy movie. Is it any good? Have you seen it? Leave a comment below, let me know. I just looked interesting, so I figured what the heck I'd pick it up. Alright, so now on to all the, all like the historical stuff, and that's where I really scored. I just, you guys know me, I love History Channel, Learning Channel, Discovery Channel, Biography, A&E, TLC, or I said TLC, Nat Geo, all that stuff. I'm just a sucker for documentaries, and I scored big. I found a ton. So first up here being TLC, I hate how they do this. It's just these generic boxes, but you flip it over and then it tells you on the back what it is. This is Extreme Machines Mega Trucks, which I'm hoping I don't have. I don't think I have this. I like, part of me thinks I might have this on DVD already. I'm going to double check on that. I don't think I do, but I had to pick that up. So, yeah, Mega Trucks. Cool. Sounds awesome. That was back when TLC actually had like actual documentaries and you could learn things on TLC. That happened. That was a thing at one time, just like how VH1 used to have music videos. I know, crazy, right? What has happened to the world? Then I grabbed the Questar video here. They actually had a boatload of train VHS tapes. And you guys know how much I love trains. So obviously a train collector donated a bunch of his stuff to Liberty Thrift. And I thought about grabbing like all of it, but I passed on most of it because it was just a bunch of stuff. It looked like it was kind of like, I don't want to say, not bootleg, but like more like home release type stuff, like stuff that wasn't put out by like a major company. I just didn't really know. I figured I know it was really cheap, and if I actually had I known it was going to be 50% off, the already 50% off, I probably would have grabbed them, but iPads. Maybe I'll go back and grab them at some point. I don't know. We'll see. But this is the only real, like, I mean, I did grab one other thing. This is the only, like, kind of major studio release of train title I got, and that is Trainwrecks, Crashes, and Disasters from 1934 to 1955. And I say it's not like studio, but I mean, it is put out by Questar. I do tend to like Questar releases, so that did kind of sell me. If this was released by anybody else, I might not have grabbed it, but it looked interesting. Just train crashes. That sounds pretty crazy, pretty awesome. So definitely want to check that out. Definitely an interesting thing to put on a video cassette. Just train crashes. Sounds interesting. So looking forward to checking that out. Hopefully that's well done. All right, then we have 2 biography documentaries. First one being Theodore Roosevelt, good old Teddy. So very awesome. Rough Rider to Rushmore. That's awesome. So I get to learn about some more about Theodore Roosevelt. I've seen many documentaries on him, so we'll see if they can shed some light on anything new. And then biography, this is cool, P.T. Barnum, American Dreamer. That's awesome. Definitely looking forward to watching this because he was definitely a bit of a showman. So this should be a really cool documentary on his life. That's awesome. And then 2 History Channel documentaries, and they do the same thing like TLC does, where it's just these like generic boxes. At least these you look on the side. This one being the other train one I picked up. This is Trains Unlimited, The Circus Train. Cool. I mean, Trains Unlimited was just a great series on trains, which you guys know I'm just a sucker for. And circus trains? Cool. So I had to grab that. And this one here, which you can't, like, you don't even know. Seriously. When this was factory sealed, like, how did you know what was in here? This is, oh, that's right, more Trains Unlimited. Trains Unlimited, steam trains. I forgot to grab 2 of these. See, I couldn't tell because there's nothing on the cover. So Trains Unlimited, steam trains. Again, very cool. I am a sucker for trains, so that's awesome, and just a sucker for the History Channel alone, so that's great. And then we got 2 Nova documentaries. First one here being Flying the Blimp. That's cool. That sounds awesome. I guess all about the Goodyear blimp. That's really cool. And Submarines, Secrets, and Spies. That sounds awesome as well. Should be a really good Nova documentary right there. And I'm glad to get some more Nova in the collection because I have a bunch, but not like a ton. My Nova collection isn't huge, so it's always nice when I come across some Nova documentaries I want to pick up. And then I grabbed a boatload of PBS documentaries, and they're always great as well. Again, it's just if you like Nat Geo, you like Nova, you like History Channel, Learning Channel, Discovery Channel, you're going to like PBS documentaries. This is the only one I kind of was like, do I want to grab this? But I did grab it just for the heck of it. This is Talking with David Frost, an interview with General H. Norman Schwarzkopf. Wow, I have no idea. How do you say that? That is a name I do not know how to pronounce. Yeah, I guess it's just an interview with this general. I don't know. I'm not sure about this one. This is kind of one of the ones I was like, I'm not sure if this is going to be something I'm all that interested in, but I picked it up just because it was PBS, but I'm not sure about that one. This is cool, though. Secrets of a Master Builder. The story of James B. Eds, or am I saying that right? Ads? James B. is EADS. That ads? Am I saying that right? I don't know, but apparently he was a builder, so should be pretty cool. I don't know much about him though, or what he built. To see what he built, I'm sure he built some amazing things that I don't know. Well, I'm gonna find out. So awesome. Then we have TR, the story of Theodore Roosevelt. That's cool. So some more Teddy there. This one being a 2 cassette release, so I'm sure this is going to be a lot more in-depth than the biography documentary, so that's awesome. From the American Experience releases, that's great. Let's see, that's the last. Then we have New York Underground. This looks really cool about the, I guess, the New York railway, underground, like railroad system, the subway system. This should be interesting. I'm looking forward to definitely checking this out. Especially since it was built like so long ago, and there's so many like, I hope they talk about like the abandoned track lines and all that stuff. That'd be really cool. I hope they talk about all that. And then, you know what? I lied. There's some more railroad here with Transcontinental Railroad. So very cool. All about the Transcontinental Railroad from the American Experience releases series as well. And I've certainly learned a lot about this over the years, but who knows? Maybe they'll shed some light on some stuff I was unaware of. And then this is great because I've seen this before, and this is really good. This is Great Old Amusement Parks. This is awesome. I have seen this. I back when we had cable, before I decided to get rid of it. I had PBS, and every now and I flip through and stop, and I would watch some of their documentaries. And I remember seeing this one, and it was really, really good. It just talks about old amusement parks, and it's just so fascinating and so amazing. And amusement park is something I absolutely love. You guys know I'm a huge fan of Disney. I go to an amusement park called Knoebels every year, which is a very old amusement park as well. I think it turned like 90 years old or something this year, something like that. It's a very old amusement park, and it's amazing. And this is just a fantastic documentary talking about many old great amusement parks. In fact, I wonder if they talk about Knoebels on here. I forget. Definitely gonna have to watch it again to find out. Just fantastic. Very well done documentary, and I was pretty excited to come across this. Like I said, I have seen it, I loved it, and I'm looking forward to checking it out again. So there you go, guys. That was everything I picked up from the Liberty Thrift Home Furnishings outlet store. Tons of awesome stuff. Amazing deals. The fact that I got all that for like $7, that was an absolute steal. So what movie's on the agenda for tonight? Rush. Well, all right, just finished checking out Rush, and I do not know why it took me so long to finally watch this movie. It's a Ron Howard film. I tend to really enjoy Ron Howard movies. In fact, I can't think of a single Ron Howard movie I've ever watched that I didn't like. I remember when The Alamo came out, and I was so bummed when he like dropped out of the picture when it came to making that movie due to a whole bunch of issues, but he's a stickler for authenticity when it comes to his biographical pictures. Really a stickler for authenticity, and he doesn't seem to stray away from the truth too much and get too Hollywood. I do like how this says based on a true story, and from what I've read, this actually is very truthful, but there are some embellishments, some things that didn't necessarily happen, some things that are a bit Hollywood, and I think you're always going to find that pretty much no matter with what director directs a movie, you're always going to find things that maybe didn't quite happen that way, or maybe things that just made the story a little bit more interesting if we put some stuff together. But I do love how it just says based on a true story and not that it's the absolute truth. So I do like that they did that. But it was great. It was absolutely fantastic. It's all about this rivalry between two Formula One racers, James Hunt, and if I hope I'm not saying his last name right, Nicky is it Lauda, Lauda, James Hunt being from Britain, and Nicky Lauda being from I believe it was Austria. So they had this whole rival going on through like Formula One. In fact, I think they were doing like Formula 3 racing. I think that's part of the thing that's not true is they never had like a Formula 3 like rivalry or something like that. From what I read online, that apparently never happened. But they definitely had a Formula 1 racing rivalry, and they just were always fighting head to head, and it was like who was going to be in first place. And absolute crazy story of Nicky getting into this horrible accident during this race that he was basically trying to call off because the conditions were just horrible. It was this super dangerous course to begin with, but it was like raining on top of that, and the conditions were just horrible. And it was kind of like, why are we doing this? Somebody's gonna die if we go out there. And sure enough, he came very close to dying, but then came back, and I won't spoil it for you. I won't spoil who wins first place out of the Formula One races, because the way Formula One racing works, I don't know. Does all racing work this way? I don't know much about racing. I learned some things while watching this movie. Apparently, it's all point based. You do a whole bunch of races, and even if you don't win first place, you don't have to win first place like every single time or something like that. It's all based on points. I guess depending on what place you finish, you get X amount of points, and that all kind of like eventually adds up. And whoever has, I guess, the most points or something like that, or the least points or something like that, at the end of all the different races, they end up winning the whole championship or something like that, if I'm getting that right. I don't really know much about racing. I do apologize. So I won't tell you who wins or what happens at the end. Interesting ending though, but I loved the hell of this. I thought it was a very well done movie. Of course it is. It's Ron Howard. Everybody in this movie was great. I do love how Olivia Wilde gets like top billing on this, and she's in the movie for like 5 minutes. That's about it. I found that kind of amusing. Nicky Lauder's his wife's I can't remember her name, but the actress who plays his wife is in the movie for a lot longer than Olivia Wilde is. She's only, again, plays James Hunt's wife, but she's in the picture for like 5-10 minutes. That's it. Then she's out. They get divorced and she leaves. But again, very interesting movie. I would highly recommend checking this one out. Even if you have no interest whatsoever in racing. I'm not into racing. It's not my thing. I've never been into racing, but this was definitely an awesome watch and definitely intrigued me. And again, I learned a lot. Learned some things about racing I did not know. I had no idea these two people even existed, so it was definitely cool to learn about their rivalry. I love at the end how they kind of, over time, sort of became, you know, kind of love-hate relationship. They were still rivals because they were always battling for first place, but in the end, they kind of started to very much respect one another for their racing skills and who they were, even though they're very different people and kind of very different outlooks on racing. In the end, they both loved racing and they both loved the sport and they kind of respected each other for that. There's a really cool scene where James Hunt stands up for Nikki after a real jerk press agent like asks Nikki a horrible question after his accident. I mean, a really jerk question that he deserved what he got. But James stands up for him. I thought that was really, really cool and a really nice thing to do. You know, they're rivals. They apparently hate each other, but again, at the same time, they respect each other. I thought it was just, again, a very well done movie. Would highly recommend checking this one out. I absolutely loved it. We'll definitely watch it again somewhere down the line, as I tend to do with Ron Howard movies. They're definitely movies you can watch like over and over and over again, in my opinion. So very well done. If you have any interest in checking this out whatsoever, definitely do. Just absolutely amazing watch. Well, all right, guys, there you go. That is it. So like I always say, thank you guys so much for checking this video out. Be sure to hit that like button down below. Also, if you want to see a brand new video from me every single day, then hit the subscribe button and you're going to get one. And also, if you want to grab yourself a Cinema Sickness t-shirt, hoodie, tank top, hats, baby gear, kids gear, buttons, all kinds of cool Cinema Sickness gear, head over to cinemasickness.spreadshirt.com, where you can get yourself some of that. And also, if you want to just show your thanks and appreciation for these videos and support new content, head over to patreon.com/cinemasickness for a tiny little bit helps. Even this little bit of $1 really does help and goes a really long way towards these videos and is very much, very much, very much appreciated. So again, guys, that is it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.